You're watching KSL 5 News.
A big announcement today that could bring the Winter Olympics back to Salt Lake City. The state will form a committee to determine if we should make a bid for 2026 or 2030. Dave?
Well, Deanie, it's a big official step towards hosting another Games. Joining me here, Fraser Bullock, the former Chief Operating Officer for the 2002 Games and the co-chair of this exploratory committee with Jeff Robbins, another co-chair, president of the Utah Sports Commission. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How significant is this?
Well, here we go. We are now officially launching an Olympic, Paralympic Exploratory Committee to host the Games either in 2026 or 2030. And it's an exploratory committee because it's a first step to see if we should officially bid.
So what do you explore?
Well, you know, we have a term that we've all used since the 2012 exploratory report, ready, willing, and able. So the venues, athlete training and development have been going great. We have infrastructure here. Many would argue the airport, light rail, and transportation infrastructure are better than when the Games are here. So we'll look at all of those elements.
What is the timeline for action?
The timeline is that we will complete our report by February 1st of 2018 because the U.S. Olympic Committee needs to put forward a city to the International Olympic Committee by March 31st of 2018.
Okay. Who are we competing against?
Well, it's domestically, it's potentially Denver and Reno Tahoe. But we think we're significantly ahead of them because of the infrastructure we have. Internationally, the world changed over the weekend.
Right.
Because Innsbruck failed in its referendum to host the Games. Sion, Switzerland declared Friday that it's not going to move forward, it's going to put things on hold, which leaves basically Stockholm, Sweden, which has significant issues relative to its geography, and Calgary, which has some budget issues that they're working through. So the field is pretty thin right now, and Salt Lake seems to be positioned very, very well.
Go back to 2002, and Salt Lake was $2.7 billion, still the only Games to finish in the black, making money. Does that still hold a lot of water in 2017?
Yes, it does, because of the infrastructure we have in place, because of our geographic advantage of being so compact with the Games, we think we have an advantage going forward budgetary-wise.
Jeff, can we just use the same venues once they're spruced up, or is this going to be a whole new plan?
Well, I think we can use the same venues. I mean, they'll need a little sprucing up, and they'll need some investment, but I don't think anyone, anywhere, is better able to host the Games again like we are.
What does it mean that Los Angeles gets the Games in 28? Is that good or bad for 26 or 30 for Salt Lake?
Well, that's probably one of the trickiest elements we'll have to navigate, because we all support LA. We love LA. We're thrilled that they've won. But hosting back-to-back Games has a couple of nuances to it, the most important of which are domestic sponsors.
Yeah.
Because we would have to somehow have a revenue arrangement with them on domestic sponsors. And is there enough revenue in our Games to be able to host financially the Games? We think there is, but that's a big part of what the Exploratory Committee will look at. What will be our relationship with LA?
All right, forecast the future for us, whether it's 26 or 30. The probability rate, in your opinion, that Salt Lake gets the Games back?
The probability rate, in my mind, is 100%. At some point, I would say...
He's a politician, isn't he?
He's good. He's good.
I would say if we can work out an arrangement with LA, it's over 80% that we'll get 26 or 30, just because of the fact that there are a few cities bidding at this point in time. Jeff, what do you think?
Jeff?
I think we ought to be thrilled that we're just looking at a Games in the future and have a legitimate shot.
Listen, I got 80% out of Fraser. And I got more of a political answer out of you.
I'm learning from him. So I would put our odds certainly up in the 80 to 90%. I think we're ready, willing, and able. I don't think there's anything I see. We've got a huge financial advantage. We've got a great team. We've got, like I said, people like Fraser and others that have been there, done that. So I might hedge a little higher than Fraser. If you really put me to an 85%, how's that?
Well, best of luck with this exploratory committee moving to the February deadline. Then we'll see what happens in March. Thank you both.
Thank you.